Hi everyone, I'm Rui. Service templates let you create a series of almost identical services much quicker than if you were to create them manually. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Enjoy! In this video, I'll pretend to be an operator who wants to use DataMiner services to monitor certain network interfaces, not all, and only on a subset of Arista switches depending on things like their model and importance. To create one, right-click on the surveyor, New, Service Template. First thing you're going to see is a General tab. This is where you assign a name and a description. I'll call it Switch Network Monitoring Template. There are advanced options below, but they're obvious, so we'll just move on. In this video, we will focus on the input data, child elements, and generated service tabs since they contain most important things to know. Let's go straight to child elements. These are the devices that the generated service will contain. When creating a typical service, you must manually select its fixed child elements. Here is similar, except the child elements aren't necessarily fixed and can be determined based on templates and conditions. In fact, a child element here can also refer to a service or a set of parameters. Let's click on Edit button to show you what I mean. In the element selection method, you can choose one fixed element or service from the drop-down or a templated one, which is not possible when creating regular services. Like I said, we want to work with Arista switches. We can match them by name using a mask. Let's match the 7010 model. We have several devices with this model, so I'd like to have all matching elements included in the generated service. Before we test this, we need to go to the Generated Service tab to define how the resulting service is going to look like. This is the name. We will call it Arista 7010 service for now. You can see we can assign a specific visual file, service protocol, and properties, but we will not worry about those for now. In the View tab, we'll choose to generate the service inside a fixed view. The same where we put the service template. You can of course generate it in any other view you want. If we apply the service template as is, we can expect the generated service to contain all Arista 7010 models. We haven't even started taking advantage of service template dynamic benefits yet. After all, the element name mask is still fixed. But we can parameterize the switch model so that we can specify which model to include in the service before applying the template. Input data allows you to pass parameters to be used by the service template. Let's add one. This is the input name. And this is the text that will be shown when we use the input data elsewhere. Then, in the element name mask, we replace the fixed model by the input data as a placeholder. And also use the placeholder in the service name to reflect the products it contains. Now, if we apply the template again, but this time past the 7050 model, you'll see the generated service contains only the models we specified as a parameter. With the same template, we were able to create two different services. But this is nothing yet. Each child element displays all device parameters, but like I said before, we're only interested in the network interfaces, which is merely a subset of these parameters. Let's go back and edit our child elements. There's a section called Included Parameters. Choose some parameters, and now let's select which ones. Were we to select a fixed protocol here, this window would be listing its underlying parameters. For obvious reasons, now it's not. But that's okay, because DataMiner will find them through masking. So, we will match and include the one parameter called interfaces. This is a table parameter, so we could include all rows by also matching the display key like so. But let's pretend for a second that I don't need all interfaces. I'm only interested in the last two 100 gigabit per second interfaces. Well, then we can filter the rows even further. Ethernet 9 and Ethernet 10. If we apply the template once more, we will get only the specific interfaces from all 7010 devices. Let's go back to the Child Elements tab. You can limit which elements can be included in your service out the gate by defining conditions on this section. Conditions are basically two values that are compared. They can be parameters, properties, names, IDs, and more. But you can also include or exclude them dynamically as the service is running by configuring triggers based on conditions too. Just like traditional services, excluded devices won't ever affect the severity of your service. Service templates let you, however, parameterize triggers. Now say, I want to keep an eye on all 7050 switches, but only really monitor a few based on priority. In fact, I want to specify exactly which priority should get elements included. This means we need another input parameter. Let's give it a name, and its display title will be priority. Let's edit the child element and scroll down to conditions. We will dynamically include a device when, click on Add Trigger, the parameter value of the templated child element with name priority level equals whatever value is in the priority input parameter. Let's apply the service template once again with all 7050 models, but only monitor those with priority level on 1, meaning highest priority. As you can see, only switches with priority level 1 are being monitored, while the others won't affect the severity state of the service despite being added to it. This was a simpler example of what you can do with service templates. You can keep an eye out for new videos as we build further demos based on different scenarios closer to the real world. For more information about this or other DataMiner features, visit our open Dojo community and register there for free. Meanwhile, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.